Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Dear viewers and my dear students, I have been teaching English subject for class 10th to my students at Boys Higher Secondary School, Wapura in particular, and to the students who belong to secondary classes in general. So, in the beginning, I used to teach grammar, so I try to explain the things that are in the syllabus for class 10th, 9th, 11th, and 12th. After finishing a major portion of the grammar work, I thought that we should try to solve the hard spots in our textbook, particularly for class 10th. So that's the reason I chose to deal with the poetry part, because I thought it's comparatively easier to understand short stories, dramas, and other things in your textbook. Poetry is thought to be a bit complex than others. So I thought that I should try to make it easier for students. This is perhaps the third poem that I'm going to complete very soon. I have taught before this Miracles, that was written by Walter Whitman, and then before that I taught Prayer, that's a famous Kashmiri prayer by Ghulam Ahmad Mahjoor Saab. We are dealing with the third poem in your textbook, When You Are Old by William Butler Yeats. So in the first three videos, I explained in what time period William Butler Yeats has compiled this poem, and then we discussed the poem stanza-wise. I tried to solve all the hot spots in the poetry section. In this video, I am going to deal with the literary devices or figures of speech that are used in this poem. What are these literary devices or figures of speech? Though there's a little bit difference in both these expressions, yet they are thought to be similar at times. Literary devices are those poetic devices or techniques that are used to develop beauty in a poem, that have a physical effect on the poem's beauty. For example, take the case of a rhyme scheme. Rhyming words are the words that have similar sound and are often used at the end of each line. Each line of the poetry ends with a particular word, and then if it has some regular pattern throughout the stanza or throughout the poem, we call that regular pattern of rhyming words as rhyme scheme. While singing the poem, these rhyming words help to develop the music to a larger extent. Similarly, we have the case of meter. Then there are a lot of things that help to develop the music. Such devices are called as literary devices. Then there are certain things that deepen or that modify the meaning of the expressions, that give deep meaning to the expressions, like we have simile. We can express things in a casual way, but when we use similes, metaphors, personification, and other things, it makes the poem interesting and very much clear. Such things which affect or qualify the meaning of the poem, we call that as figures of speech. In this video, I am going to deal with these figures of speech and certain literary devices. First of all, we will talk about imagery. What's imagery? We have talked in the previous videos A little bit about imagery. Imagery is basically the use of images in poetry. What are images or pictures? Since when we are writing some poem or we are writing some essay or a novel or something else, a writer always makes use of words to develop certain image that has a vivid and clear effect on the reader. Particularly in the case of poetry, such images are developed that has a lasting effect on the reader. Just as a camera, an advanced camera develops good picture, similarly the words have the same effect. If words are used in a beautiful way, they can develop images in the reader's mind. Images can be of different types. While you write something, you can develop an image. You can make a visual image or an auditory image or a tactile image or anything else. So images are of different types. We will simply talk about the images that are used in the poem that's under discussion. When you are old. In this poem, three peculiar images have been developed. The first one is the image of the lady in the old age. How would the poet's beloved look when she would be old? The poet imagines and tells her that when she is old, grey, and full of sleep, she nods by the fire. So, this is the image of the lady in the old age. She will be old, her hairs would be grey, and she would be full of sleep. She would be very much tired of life. She nods by the fire. This can refer to the regret that the poet's beloved would have. Then we have another image of the lady when she was young. The poet's beloved was young. She had a soft look about her eyes, which had shadows deep. She had a glad grace. This is an image that develops a picture of youthful charm in our mind while reading the poem. Then we have image of fleeting nature of love and beauty. Both the things are not permanent. They lose with the passage of time. The sorrows and griefs which befall us with the passing of time rob our face of its beauty, bloom, and youth. These are some peculiar images that are used in this poem. All the three are visual in nature. So these are visual images. Then we have another one, that's rhyme scheme. You are well acquainted with rhyme scheme. If you read the poem, you will see in the first stanza, when you are old and grey and full of sleep, and nodding by the fire, take down this book and slowly read, and dream of the soft look your eyes had once and of their shadows deep. The first line has the ending word sleep, the second book, the third look, the fourth deep. The first and fourth, sleep, deep, rhyme with each other. The second and third rhyme with each other. Book, look, A, B, B, A. It means first and fourth line rhymes, second and third line rhymes. In each of these stanza, first and fourth line rhymes, second and third line also rhymes. So for a clear understanding, you need to see the words at the end of each line in the whole of the poem. So there is a regular pattern of rhyming words used in the poem. So the rhyme scheme would be written in these symbols A, B, B, A. It symbolizes that first and fourth lines rhyme, second and third line rhyme. I think it's enough for today. We'll be dealing with another figure of speech, that's personification, in the next video. So keep on watching and help us to improve the quality of our lectures by criticizing, analyzing, recommending, advising, and suggesting new ways wherever we commit some mistakes or we derail from the actual aim and target. I request my dear viewers that they should help me, they should tell me each and everything so that I can be able to improve and develop the standard of the videos. Thank you for today.